Hello and welcome to Breakfast All Day. I'm Matt, Alonso and Christy also here. Our final film this week is Minari. I also want to interject that I've been getting a lot of mentoring lately from our old What the Flick compatriot, Ben Mankiewicz. And so that means I haven't seen the movie this week.
Ben's a busy guy. You are also a busy guy.
But I am a busy guy.
Minari is beautiful, and so I hope that at some point you will be able to catch up with it. I'm really happy that we're finally able to talk about Minari because it was on my top 10 list last year. It was a big hit at Sundance last year and is now just finally coming out from A24. And it's already gotten lots of award nominations. It will certainly get lots of Oscar nominations and deservedly so. So this is from writer-director Lee Isaac Chung. It's an extremely personal movie for him. It's inspired by his own life and his own family of immigrants from South Korea. It's about a family, father, mother, sister, brother, and they come from Korea to like rural Arkansas in the 80s. And the dad, played by Yeun, has these plans for them to go there and assimilate and to live the American dream. And there's just total purity in it. He's bought into it. He believes in it. The wife, played by Yeri Han, Monica, who she comes from a more wealthy cosmopolitan family in Seoul, and isn't really sold on the idea of moving to the United States at all, much less where she finds that they end up, which is a trailer in small town Arkansas. They have jobs at a chicken factory where they
processing plant.
They are dividing up the chicks by gender. It is a chicken sexing thing. So they're just basically doing the mindless work of just putting them in different little bins. And they have a daughter and a little boy named David, who is ostensibly the stand-in for the filmmaker and is really the perspective and our conduit to this. He's played by Alan S. Kim, and he is incredible. He is like the best child actor I have seen in a very long time. We need to give props to our friend Julia Kim, casting director Julia Kim, who cast this. She was on a la carte a couple years ago and has just assembled a perfect ensemble here. But the wife and the family is lonely. She wants to go back home, instead brings her mother from South Korea, played by I want to say it the right way in Korean. How do we say it when we were talking about during voting, Alonso? We said Yuh-jung was how we've been saying it, but yes. I'm seeing it both ways. And she comes in and she totally upends everything. And she clashes at first with this little boy, little 7-year-old David, and, kind of shakes things up. She is on paper in the most superficial way, like wacky, profane grandma. But there is so much more to her character. There's so much more to all of them. That's part of what I love about the story is that it seems familiar. It seems perhaps simplistic, like, oh, it's this family and they come here and it's hard for them. And then wacky grandma shows up and shakes things up. And there's wacky stuff with bodily fluids and misunderstanding
Mountain Dew.
Language. Yes. And but there's such tenderness, and it's an incredibly beautifully shot film, and the score is gorgeous, and there's just emotional truth to everything each of them is experiencing. And I love that the film does not take sides with anybody. It does not judge anybody for how they respond to this new and scary and exciting situation that they found themselves in. It's a really beautiful film, and there's a great deal of kindness and compassion in it.
I'm in a weird place with this movie in that I like it and I think it does a lot of itself well, but I don't love it, which many of my peers, including Christy, do. And that's great. And I get why. But like, I, for one, responded a lot more strongly to the Netflix movie Tiger Tail that we reviewed last year, which is about the Taiwanese couple who comes to the United States and has to sort of adjust and their ongoing family life. And not that like all movies about Asian immigrants are created equally or that they have to be played off each other. It wasn't the Asianness of that movie that made me think of it, but it's just this notion of like, people who come to America who with no resources and no family or friends to rely on and like have to figure out how to make this work and maybe have second guesses about was this even a good idea in the first place. And so I found Tiger Tail really powerful, and I thought Minari was like, fine, it's good. But, part of it, again, it always helps when you can be the first wave of somebody seeing something, and because I don't read other reviews, but, you can't escape other opinions. And like from the moment this movie premiered at Sundance, I kept hearing, oh, it's so great. Oh, it's so great. And then I saw it and I'm like, well, it's good. It's good. I appreciate a lot of the things about it, but it didn't have my heart the way that it obviously has done for a lot of other people. So like, I think it's fine and people should see it. And obviously a lot of people have loved it far more than I have, which means, you should certainly see it. But I'm not 100% on board in the Minari train.
Interesting. And that definitely is a phenomenon that people see things in that bubble of Sundance. And again, Sundance was one of the last big communal things that we could all do before the world shut down. And then, as you say, at how do you phrase it? Ground level?
Sea level.
Sea level. When people see things and, nothing ever justifies the hype of a movie like Sideways or whatever. Like Sideways is really good, but someplace like Sundance, everyone loves it, and you feel like, oh, what am I missing by not loving it the same way? Also, there's a gentleness to this.
Yes,
it doesn't blow you away. And so maybe that's also part of why some reactions afterward are kind of muted or kind of like a shrug, a warm shrug.
Yeah, this could entirely be my fault. Don't get me wrong.
It's not. No, it's not. I'm seeing, and I didn't see it. I've never been to Sundance. I didn't see it there. I saw it here in October, and for like potential awards consideration. So that's how I saw it. But again, knowing full well that there was massive hype, I think there was just a lot of grace note to these performances and to the really understated kind of gentle pacing of this and the sense of place. I love the evolving relationship between the little boy and the grandma, which again, in a different genre of film would have played like over the top and slapsticky, but there's more truth to it than that. And the way they change each other, I always found believable and captivating. Stephen Yeun is always great. Yeri Han, who could have been like, she could have just been the naggy wife. All these characters could have been a one-note character, and each of them brings such depth to it and such, I'm going to do all the film critic words: depth, nuance, and shading. They're all there.
You said grace notes too.
I said grace notes. So that's Yahtzee. Right? But
we have a full card.
Yeah. And Alan S. Kim, again, he could have been like precocious Disney Channel kid, and he'd never been in a film before and just has so much poise. And he's really, really cute in his little cowboy hat and his little boots. So this is quite lovely. But again, as Alonso says, like, maybe temper your expectations. No, I'm saying 9.3.
I said 7 point something. 7.6. Yeah. It is a fine film. It is very well done. It is very well acted. And who knows, down the road, I may wind up seeing it again once the award season is over and once the parade has passed by, and it will blow me away with all the things I missed the first time. But it's fine. Okay, you should see it.
Our number's 8.5. So yeah, check out Minari. Is out streaming, I believe, through A24.
Yes, I think so. I believe it is on. Okay. It is on PVOD. Is that what we're calling it?
Anyway.
But yeah, check it out. Exactly. And we'll be talking about it'll be coming up a lot in the ongoing awards conversation. Yeah. So do keep an eye on it for that. All right. So, hey, thanks for watching, you guys. Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us at BeFastAllDay on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and follow our Patreon page at patreon.com/BeFastAllDay. A lot of fun stuff exclusively for our members. We're talking about Bridgerton. We're talking about WandaVision. And later this month, we will be reviewing a classic film for Black History Month exclusively for our subscribers. So check that out. Yes, Christy?
The second episode of our Marvel Mondays comes out this Monday. Nick and I watched The Incredible Hulk from 2008. So we're taking a bit of a step back in terms of quality from that first Iron Man. But it was fun to do it. And thanks to all you guys who listened to the first one. We got lots of great feedback and very kind words for the series and for Nick's little podcast debut. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And so look out Monday for episode 2 of Marvel Mondays.
Cool. The Incredible Hulk, the movie the MCU tries to pretend never happened.
No, that's
so thanks for watching.
Hulk, right?
No, that wasn't even MCU though. That was
Right.
before, that's a whole nother kettle of fish. Anyway, have a good week, you guys. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we will see you next time. Bye.